Yo, what's going on guys? It is Cynnnical, and today I wanted to do a discussion video talking about a topic in which a lot of us sort of dread and would hate to happen, and that is, will Kingdom Hearts 3 be a broken game? Now guys, please calm down if you're raging at this point in time. I know that's something that I highly doubt will happen. I don't believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 will be a broken game. I don't think it will be buggy or glitchy. I think there is a lot more likeliness to it becoming more glitchy and buggy, but as far as becoming a broken game as such, I don't think it's going to happen to Kingdom Hearts. But it's something that I wanted to talk about because just recently there has been multiple games that have been broken. Not to the point where they're pretty much like fully unplayable, but broken. Pretty much the developers releasing it, hyping it up, and then it's pretty much not as it seems, and there's different things that are extremely buggy and glitchy and stuff like that. And I have been let down this year from different occurrences happening in different games, and it just seems to be that you know, all these developers, they're hyping up the games, they're like, yo, look at this is so amazing, and it's sort of like, it almost feels like developers aren't putting enough time and effort into the game. They're really putting more quantity rather than quality of the game, and that's something that sort of bothers me, you know, like, why release a game when it seems like it's like half done sort of thing, it's not fully finished. So there are pretty much 3 games in which I want to use pretty much an example for, one of which I am not really familiar with, but I have heard of its sort of disappointment as such, and that can relate back to games being broken. So 2 of which though I was extremely excited for, and I ended up playing both of them, and they were extremely disappointing. Both of them are pretty much, they're alright now. One is still being fixed, but the other one is pretty much fully fixed and stuff. So I'm happy that they decided, you know, the developers jumped onto the issue straight away and fixed the problem. But the games that I'm talking about is basically World of Warcraft, the Warlords of Draenor, which is the expansion pack, Halo the Master Chief Collection, as well as Assassin's Creed Unity. So I want to talk about the games that I've had my own personal experiences with as far as the bugginess and the glitchiness and the brokenness goes, and then I'll talk obviously about Assassin's Creed. So both of these games are Halo the Master Chief Collection and World of Warcraft, both of which I absolutely love the games. Halo I absolutely love, it's a beloved series of mine, and World of Warcraft is a game that I've been playing for quite some time now, coming up 3 years. So, basically, I want to talk about World of Warcraft. What happened was, on launch night, what happened? Alright, let's explain my situation. What happened was, I jumped onto the game. I was going to jump onto the game with my friend, and we were going to get into the server before the actual expansion hit live, which means it brought out, and it was going to be brought out at a specific time, and then once the expansion was brought out, you could then dive into the expansion content, exploring the new continent, doing the new quests, leveling up to the new level cap, etc, etc, etc. What happened though was pretty much, I tried to log in and there was a queue of over pretty much 3,000 people. Now this created a lot of rage due to the fact that, you know, for ages and ages and ages and ages, Blizzard had been running World of Warcraft. They know their player base, they know how many people pre-ordered the expansion, which would have given them some sort of insight to, of course, upgrade the servers so that it's at a capacity where so many people could play all at once, sort of thing. And of course, Blizzard didn't look into this. They should have, and they even mentioned time and time after again in different interviews and whatnot that they didn't want it so that people had to line up in queues to basically be able to play the game, due to the fact that there's so many people on the server at one time where you have to wait until somebody logs out, sort of thing. And this was a huge thing with Warlords of Draenor because of the fact that there was just so many people trying to log in at one time. Me, myself, I was one of the people who had to wait. I basically couldn't even play the game for about 2 to 3 days, which is pretty bullshit when I pay a $15 subscription every single month. As well as that, I pre-ordered the expansion, which was I think $60 or $70 to be able to play the game. And, you know, that's like money being wasted there when I specifically wanted to play it on launch day. Not only that, but the servers were extremely laggy to the point where you couldn't even hand in quests or anything like that. You couldn't move your character because the whole world was lagged out. And the expansion, for pretty much the few launch days, the first 3 days of the expansion being out, the game was near to be pretty much unplayable, is what I'm trying to say. So I had absolutely terrible experience with Warlords of Draenor as far as the first few days go. The game is pretty much fixed now. There's very small queue times, and they count down very fast. The lag and stuff, that's all gone, so that is absolutely great. The next game I want to talk about is Halo the Master Chief Collection. Now this is a game that is still broken as far as the campaign issues and stuff like that go. That's fine. Playing through the campaigns and stuff of Halo is absolutely good. As far as the multiplayer goes, though, and that's pretty much why a lot of people bought the Master Chief Collection, because that's like one of the biggest reasons why people play Halo is for the multiplayer experience, and I'm a huge fan of Halo's online multiplayer. Now, multiplayer as of right now is still broken from when it was brought out, which was I think November the 11th from memory. It is still broken. Pretty much what happens is their servers are so cat shit right now, and I'm literally meaning that. Like, I'm pretty sure they're running the matchmaking servers off a piece of cat shit. Like, it is that bad that you have to wait probably more than half an hour to find a game. Like, it takes so long to find a game. 343 are trying to address the issue. They've tried different solutions, like removing different playlists and stuff. That sort of shit, it ain't working, because I know from my personal experience, you know, I've only played about 5 different online games of Halo in the matchmaking of Halo 2 Anniversary within the like 1.5 weeks I've owned the game. It's absolute crap. Of course, if the servers were fine, then you know, I would have probably been able to play 50+ multiplayer games. And I haven't had these issues with any of the other Halo games on launch day before. I've been able to basically, you know, I remember on Halo Reach, I got that game day 1, chucked it in my Xbox 360, played it, matchmaking fine. Same with Halo 3, no problems. But with Halo the Master Chief Collection, it was absolute dog shit. Like dog shit, to the point where even if you do get into a game, it is so terribly bad. And they said that they were going to have dedicated servers. Obviously the dedicated servers aren't there because it's so freaking terribly laggy. I still believe it's hosted sort of matches and whatnot. But I do hope that they end up fixing the matchmaking system, because it is absolutely terrible. You cannot find a game, and it's crazy. And the fact is, they hyped up the Master Chief Collection for so long, and it looks so great because it's like 4 Halo games all in one, 2 of which have been remastered. The other ones have been knocked up to 60 frames per second as well as 1080p. It looked absolutely amazing. With like, you know, this is the absolute greatest HD collection pack of all time. And then of course, yeah, it's great, the whole idea, but it doesn't really work. And as far as matchmaking is concerned, you can't find a game. So 343, please, as a Halo fan, fix your matchmaking servers. Now, of course, on to Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm not a fan of basically Assassin's Creed. I haven't really played much of it, but from what I've heard, apparently, of course, the consoles, they can't handle the 1080p of Assassin's Creed Unity, so of course it's knocked down to 900p. And on top of that, it's running at 30 frames per second, which a lot of people are pissed off about. Of course, as we're in the next generation now, games are sort of expected to now be 60 frames. I'm not really too concerned or fussed about the frames per second. As long as it runs smoothly, I'm fine. So 30, 60, I don't give a shit. But a lot of people were pretty disappointed that it wasn't going to be able to run at 60 frames. So they're like, oh, okay, well, 30 frames still. I would have preferred 60 frames, but 30, meh. Apparently the game suffers extremely bad frame drop issues to the point where the game is sort of unplayable. I've seen different video clips and stuff on YouTube. People are getting refunds for the game because the game drops to about 10 frames per second in remote locations, specific locations, during fighting scenes, just randomly and unexpected. Even when there isn't a lot of shit on screen, where the actual processor of the console has to process everything on screen, the frames just drop. And for that, there must be some issue in the game. Of course, I think Ubisoft are trying to apply patches and stuff to the game so it runs smoothly. But yeah, so basically the point that I'm trying to make, it seems that games these days, developers just seem to be sort of rushing through them, not really keeping an eye out on, you know, like, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be done to make the game absolutely flawless. For like a game like, you know, World of Warcraft, it had a beta that would run for 6 months. Now, a beta is to test, you know, how stable the game is, and you know, what bugs and glitches are there, so that the developers can actually go through and patch them and find different issues. Of course, the beta, it didn't really seem like the beta was good for anything, because Warlords of Draenor was absolute dog shit for the first, you know, couple of days of Warlords of Draenor going live. So it really confuses me. Now, how can this relate to Kingdom Hearts? Well, I don't believe that Kingdom Hearts is going to be a game that's going to be rushed and stuff. I've already made a video on that. But, of course, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a game that is absolutely hyped to the maximum right now. It is absolutely one of the most hyped and most anticipated games of this generation at the moment. And the fact that Kingdom Hearts is now running on a completely new graphics engine is something where you can set aside there's the possibility of bugs and glitches. You know, Kingdom Hearts has always run on its own individual engine created solely by Square Enix. Now the fact that Square Enix are having to work off an engine that they are sort of unfamiliar with, of course, they'll get the swing of things. They're absolutely, you know, they're perfectionists, that's what I'm trying to say, as far as games go. I think they are anyway, but there is a small chance of more bugs and glitches and stuff. I don't think that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be full of glitches and bugs. I'm not trying to say that. And I don't personally think that it's going to be a broken game, but games these days of this current generation seem to just be, you know, absolutely rushed, and things just seem to have massive holes in them. I'm really crossing my fingers that Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't have this. What do you guys think? With the new engine, do you think it's going to be still a flawless game like the previous games? Or do you believe that there's going to be bugs, glitches, holes in the ground sort of thing? I'm not really too sure. Leave your feedback in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's discussion video. What do you guys think about all these buggy and glitchy and like broken games? What do you guys think? Leave your feedback in the comment section below, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.